No one is in doubt, again, that Nigeria has become a killing field. From east to west, north to south, Nigeria has become a kind of mass grave, and anarchy rules. At the root of this anarchy is the decision of the military in 1966 to impose centralized policing on the nation against the letters, spirit, and principles of federalism, as well as the obstinacy of successive civilian administrations and vested interests to keep it so, even in the face of prevailing realities. Interestingly, Nigeria has operated the centralized police system from the colonial era up to the overthrow of the First Republic. The Native Authority Ordinance No. 4 of 1916 vested the responsibility of the maintenance of law and order in the Native Authority. Their powers towards this end was increased again by the Protectorate Law Enforcement Ordinance No. 15 of 1924. A Nigerian police force with nationwide jurisdiction was only born in 1930, but coexisted with Native Authority and the local administration police until 1966, when the General Yakubu Gowon regime abrogated subnational police and enthroned unitary police system, which has brought us to this perilous state. Some of us have been at the vanguard of the push to reintroduce decentralized police, including state police and some form of policing at the local government level. But it appears as if we were talking to the deaf. But today, it is encouraging that more and more Nigerians and potent political groups are beginning to see what we saw over 10 years ago and are now leading the quest. Whereas this is coming so late in the day as terrorists, bandits, foreign militant leaders and kidnappers and all manners of violent criminals already have the nation by the jugular. It is nevertheless better late than never. Currently, the bill for the establishment of state police with provisions to guard against abuses in the hands of state chief executives, which are sponsored, is one of the bills the National Assembly will be considering. This is the second time the bill is coming before the Senate, having been sponsored in the 8th National Assembly. The next issue of devolution of powers. One of the basic principles of federalism is power sharing between the country, the center, and the relatively autonomous federating units. Ideally, the federal government is usually in charge of matters such as defense, foreign policy, and currency. The states exercise some of the remaining powers concurrently with the central government, which is called the concurrent list, while also being in full charge of others called the residual list. Unfortunately, what we have experienced in Nigeria is that the federal government has become a behemoth and even a dog in the manger because it has beaten off much more than it can chew. At independence, there were 44 items on the exclusive list and 20 items on the concurrent list. Today, the exclusive list is about 66 items. As highlighted earlier, we initiated the gradual process of devolving these powers back to the component states in the 7th National Assembly. These matters include aviation, railway, power, stamps, etc. The president refused to assent. Today, it is becoming clearer to many informed Nigerians that the country will never move forward until the central government shares some weight and allow the devolution of powers. Let us hope that better judgment prevail over sentiments and power mongering this time around. I would like to speak about the issue of the fiscal federalism. In a paper I presented at York University in 2012, I described ours as feeding bottle federalism and warned that Nigeria will surely run into stormy weather very soon unless we reinvigorate our federalism, moving away from the current military-imposed feeding bottle federalism to enthrone one predicated on self-reliance, hard work, enterprise, resourcefulness, and ingenuity to catalyze our development. While other federations like the USA, Germany, Brazil, Canada, and even the United Arab Republic are prospering, Nigeria has become a debt-guzzling nation with an additional 6.183 billion requests by President Buhari. Nigeria's debt profile will now start at about 35 trillion. Our naira is losing value by the day, something close to Zimbabwean dollar. Whereas the current administration promised to bring naira at par with US dollar, a dollar now exchanged for nearly 500 naira and may hit 1,000 naira. The sad news is that things are not going to change soon because we are not producing anything. The few productive businesses have been forced out of the country to our other West African competitors like Ghana. I therefore pity the central bank governor, Godwin Emefiele, and his team in a situation where the Constitution encourages indolence among states through monthly handouts via the federation account, in a situation where all the mineral resources are busily vested in the federal government that is not ready to exploit them, and in a situation where we are producing next to nothing as a country, there's no magic to preserve the value of Naira or prevent it from hitting the rock bottom.